done all our machining work on the milling machine so far, and we had one casualty. Was my fault. So what we're going to do first, before we go any further, is we're going to deburr. So we just need to take off some of the burrs so we can get them in the saw better. We've got burrs on the edges. Yeah, so all I'm going to do is just like that. Put my glasses on though. Yeah. Right, so that's all of them cut in half. There's enough here for 8 cars. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to... There is a slight difference in heights and stuff because, you know, it's a little old bandsaw. It's going to have a bit of a wobble. So what I might do is flip them all and just face them. Right then, to the mill back, man. These are the mounting holes. Well, say mounting holes. Right, so you've got this now. 2 holes in it. You got one of these. So what I have to do is, you saw me blow them up. I centralise the holes with this. Some of the holes are slightly off centre, but this has to be central with the cup. Well, as close as I can get it. Then that goes in there like that. It's a nice tight fit. It's just holding your rack, yeah? See? And then you'll pull that up using the nuts. And I go, and it will pull up. It should go all the way. Yeah, there we go. See? So you have to get it central. If all of those holes, if all of these, I'm going to put them in there, it'd be perfect. I'd have just run this on, Because I didn't, or they weren't, I have to use this, align the holes with the edge, that I made my own punch. It's just a normal punch, but I've turned the end down to 8mm, put a punt on it, and that just fits nice, as you see, and it just leaves a little bit sticking out to transfer the punch. So now what I'm doing, I'm just going down all of these, and I go to them, and then I got to do the other 8 as well. Lovely job. So right then, people, we've got these now. The shaped hold for this to go in. Yeah. So now what we've got to do, the next mission, is we've got to put this angle in it, haven't we? Which gives it its angle in the car. Right? Because it had to be like that. Yeah. So that's on the box, because if I leveled it up, basically, let me try and explain. If that's straight down, it's okay, but I needed this to move that way. So I had to canter it, yeah? I couldn't just square that up because I needed this fixing. And this would have been too close. So I had to canter it off, yeah, to get the fixing. So instead of the fixing being square and up there, it's off, which allowed me to get the positioning right that I wanted on the rack. When I first made the first lot of these, what I wanted to do was make a jig to hold it in the vise, because the last time I manually put them all there flat. So what I'm going to do this time is I've got this little bit of scrap, right? This is 20mm. And this stuff's 3/4, which is 19mm. So what I need to do is I need to take a millimetre off the width, so we're the same, yeah? Then that angle I'm going to machine into this part, yeah? Then I'm going to drill it, tap it, put 2 bolts in, cut the heads off. So then this will sit in that at the correct angle, and it will locate on the 2 studs, so then I can push it straight to the bottom of my voice. And I'll just go, yeah? So that's what we're going to do now. Right, so, it was a part I did for an Escort Cosworth. Yeah. Yeah, Escort Cosworth. What part was it now? Something to do with the injection system. Anyway, can't remember. So, right. I'm going to do some machining on this first. So first thing I'm going to do is, as the drill is already set up to drill these, when in Rome, we'll drill that first. What we need to work out is where we need to drill it. Right, so say we get this one. Yeah. We need to work out our angle. So if we set that up like that, if we set up this there, so we're square on there, that's square on there, yeah, and we'll bring that in, touch off on the square, and switch this up. See what we're going to do? So I need to drill through there. It's going to have to come a bit more that way to get it in. Definitely. So I don't want the thread going too close to the edge. Yeah. There's crap everywhere. So right. set that like that, set that like that. Can we do it like that? Yes, we can. And that'll hold it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my centre punch thing that I made earlier. Oi, oi, oi. Now we know where it's got to go. We need to centre punch it. I'm going to do flat across the back because I'm going to take a millimetre off the other side. So what I might do. Put that in there. That will hold it flat. Let's just slide that back. So make sure I've got clearance. Drop that in. Kabosh. Kabosh. So now, what we want to do first, drill, tap, and then we want to take a millimetre off there. Then we're going to cut the angle into the bottom. Right. So we'll get parallels out. Middle size there. Yeah. Bring it up. Spin it round. So it should be in the same place. Yep. So just do that. So we'll just touch off with it. Yep, 0 my DRO. Just build up. That's that. I mean, all of this would have been a lot simple if I brought a set of angles, parallels, but you don't get them around. Right, that's that off. So now we're going to go into facing mode again. As we do that, there it is. We'll take this out, bring that back up there, and we want to go with this one. Right, now what we've got to do is set this in the right orientation. Right, change of plans. Don't want that one yet. We need to take a millimetre off the width. So, on this one. And guess what I want? My parallel back. I hope you notice how much manual labour I have to do. It's got to be definitely worth a like, at least. So, let's try these ones for this. So we need to take a millimetre off, and it needs to come off the right side. This side. Is this big enough? Oof. Just about big enough, I think. Clamp that down. We'll bring it down. We are very close, aren't we? And we'll touch off. 0 my DRO. Now in the mouth. Touch off. 0 DRO. Take it off. 2 passes actually. On we go. So there is thingy. Yeah. Now what I need to do is machine the angle into it. Yeah. Right, let's get on to that bit, shall we? See on there. Right. Got my line I need to mill off to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the vise. I've put 2 lines on there. One for the vise and one to machine to. Yeah? I think that there. So that ain't going to go out, is it? But I might just pick away at it with this thing. Instead of changing the tool out. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Hey. There we go, look. There's our angle. Stop doing that. Well, now we're going to just tap it out. Put our threads in. Rock and roll. Right, so did anyone pick up on my mistake? Huh? I wanted to drill and tap this for these to slide on. What did I do? I drilled them out the same size. Luckily, I keep all sorts of helicoils around, so I just helicoiled it, M8. So now what we need to do is we need to cut these 2 bolts down. Yeah. So they're nice to get the bottom. Tighten them in, chop the head off, finish back, and there's our little tool. Easy as pie. So we need to work out how long we can have them. So if we just put it in. Yeah. I need to get some. imagine that. The Allen keys are right next to me. Right. So that's what we need to cut off that one. And this one, oh, I've still got a little doodad from the helicoil. I did not take it off. I hate doing this. 9 times out of 10, it just gets stuck in the bloody hole. No, came out. Imagine that. Just like that. So if we, there you are, I might just be able to get the grinder straight on them. Yeah? So we do it down tight. If I grind them off, because then I can just stick it on the belt sander to tidy it up. Hey, hey. Right, put this on the belt sander now. Right, now we've got to cut the heads off. But as it's getting a touch toasty, put the gloves on, shall I? Oh, nearly there, making a tool. It's probably took longer than would have took to do the things. Ha 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 ha. That'll hold it at the right angle. Trouble the new ones on. Is that right? But my tolerance is really a bit too close, so what do you think? That'll go on the table, in the vice even. And that'll give us that angle. Yeah? So that's just going to give us the angle we require to cut the top off. Beautiful. All of that just for this. But I've got it now. Yeah? A little bit of engineering. Ever anyone? Right, well, I'm hungry. So, I might call it a day. Oh, yeah. What do you think? I just hope you can see how much work it takes just to make something so small. And then imagine how long it took me to make the first one. Doing the measurements, going, taking a bit, coming back, measuring, going again, taking it, coming back. It's taking this long to do these, and I've already made them before. Right, well, I appreciate you watching, and hopefully you give me a like for this, because this is a light manual. Arms ache from using that milling machine. I'd like to put the auto feed on it, but they don't actually make one for that machine. I can buy a kit, and I could modify it to fit, but I need to take the milling machine apart to make the parts. But I need the milling machine to make the parts. So I'm sort of, Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.